Hi, I'm Nancy Shaw with Healthy Living. Today I'm going to take you through a short Pilates class. Pilates is great for core strengthening, working your back muscles, everything throughout the body. We stretch, we strengthen it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is just take you through a couple of yoga flows to start working your breathing and getting you warmed up. So just standing, take a nice deep breath, inhale. We're gonna forward fold here, coming down. You can modify it by either just letting those forearms rest on your thighs, but the biggest thing is we want your head to hang heavy right here. Or you can take those hands down to the floor, whatever works best for you. We're just gonna put one leg back, two legs back. This is called a down dog. It's very common in yoga classes. So with this stretch, we feel those hamstrings stretching, tailbones pointed up. And then from here, we're gonna come to what's called a plank, hands under those shoulders. All right, nice and strong, pushing through the palms of the hands. And then we're going to drop those knees down and sit back in a child's pose. Just nice stretch here. Coming back up on all fours, tucking those toes, pushing that tailbone back up to that down dog. And then walking those hands and feet together and coming back to that forward fold. And we're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. This is a Pilates roll up, standing up, just nice and easy and up. Let's go through that one more time. Ready? Take a big breath. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. You can modify, remember, reaching down. One leg back, two legs back, heels pressing down towards the floor. Coming to that plank, hands under those shoulders. Dropping down to those knees, pressing those hips back on those heels. Coming back up to our down dog where we tuck the toes, lifting again the tailbone up. Nice stretch. And then walking those hands back in, forward fold. Give your head a little nod here, yes and no, shake it. And then practicing that Pilates roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our Pilates. So we're gonna take it down to our mats. We're gonna lay down. And we're gonna start with classic Pilates moves. So we have 5 moves. The couple things we wanna think about when we practice Pilates is pressing that spine into the floor. We wanna think about drawing that navel to the spine, really staying contracted through the abdominals. This is called a tabletop, where our knees are aligned right over our hips. Sometimes at the beginning of class, I just have people hold this pose. And as you hold it, the longer you hold it, the harder it is. So it's amazing. If you press your spine into the floor, you keep your knees over the hips, just holding this in tabletop is a challenge in itself. And then we're gonna just go ahead and tap one toe down and come back up to tabletop and to the other side. And just do that a few times. This whole time I want you to think about pressing that spine into the floor and back up. Also, I want you to think about your shoulder blades. Those are pressed into the floor as well. We want to maintain good posture even when we're on the floor. And one more, and then we're going to just draw the knees in the chest. You can relax just a second here. So the first move we're going to do in our Pilates class is called the Pilates 100. So I'm going to show it to you in a couple different ways. We're going to start with our legs up to the ceiling. A nice modification can be the knees bent, but we're gonna take our legs up to the ceiling. I want you to think about rotating your heels together and turning your toes out. Also known as first position in a dance class, right? Or in a Pilates bar class. So we're here, and I want you to think about lowering your legs until you kind of start feeling a little stress through your spine, then maybe back up a little bit. Our hands are by our sides. We're gonna lift up, drawing our navel into the spine. Kind of pretend you have like an orange underneath your chin, holding it in. Now our 100s, we're gonna breathe in for 5, exhale through 5, all the way to the 100, okay? So are you ready? Here we go. Inhale, 1. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. 6. 7. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. And then draw the knees in. Those are our Pilates 100s. Really feeling it through that core. All right, from here we're going to put one foot down, one leg straight up, and we're going to pretend we're drawing a leg circle down, around, and center. This is a nice stretch for the leg, but we also think about it as core strength because our abdominals are actually controlling that leg. So we want to think about this controlling this. Now let's reverse that circle. Down, around, and center. And Pilates breath is just nice big breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let's do one more. Inhale, exhale. All right, reverse it. Take that leg up. Here we go. Nice circle in, out. Good. Just feeling strong, staying conscious. Abdominals pulling in, controlling that leg. Let's do one more. And let's reverse it. Other way. Down, around, and up. Good. Inhale, exhale. Keep the supporting leg, knee straight up to the ceiling. And one more. And down. All right. Just a nice stretch. Let's bring those feet a little closer to the glutes and just lift up in a bridge. So I want you to think about, this is a nice stretch for the spine, holding those hips up as high as you can, and then rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Really think about one vertebrae down. Your spine comes all the way down until your tailbone comes to the floor. And then just a nice stretch here. We're gonna just let those knees come in. We do a lot of stretching in between exercises and Pilates, which always feels good. All right, from here, I'm gonna go ahead and roll into the side and come up. I'm going to place my hands on my shins. I'm going to do what's called the C curve, that partial roll back. So I like to think of it as a C. If your hands support here, you're gonna round back. And just pausing that first time, I want you to think about from the top of your head down and around to your knee as a C. So we really think about scooping out the abdominals, holding here, and then coming straight up. Long spine. And we're gonna add that Pilates breath. We're gonna exhale. And we're gonna inhale up nice and tall. And we exhale. And come up. Good, let's take our arms out. Let's do it again. Exhale. So relax your shoulders. Come back up to that long spine in between each one, rounding out and coming up. Try to relax those shoulders as well. Sometimes we get this way with our day, but we try to really keep those shoulders relaxed. Let's do one more. Now we're going to add a rotation. So we're going to take one arm, we're going to rotate out and come up to the center. And then we're going to rotate the other out. So we get those obliques as well, the sides of the abdominals. Exhale and come in. And let's do one more and exhale. And come in. All right, good job. All right, we're going to go one more seated position before we lay back down. This is called the saw. This is a classic Pilates move. When we do Pilates, we think about bringing those heels up off the floor, flexing those legs, and sitting really tall on the spine. Sometimes we want to sit like this. We try not to do that. We try to really stay focused and sit up tall. For this exercise, it doesn't matter how far apart your legs are. You don't have to be a dancer and get them really wide. So we actually like them a little bit more narrow. I want you to think about pulling up in your sits bones, sitting really tall, opening up right here. We're gonna rotate. We're gonna reach our pinky finger past our little toe and back up and center. So it's rotate, reach, pull back on those toes and up. So it's a 4 count. We move, rotate, we reach, we pull back and center. And again, inhale exhale, reach. Inhale and center. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, reach, up, good. And here's 3, reach, pull back and up. Last 2, reach, pull back and up. Here's our last one. Rotate, reach, up, and relax and down. All right, good job. We're gonna go back to the floor. I'm gonna turn this way this time. All right, so from here, we're gonna do some of our Pilates moves. We call these the classic moves. So we're gonna start with what's called a single knee stretch. So we're gonna pull one knee into the chest. We're gonna lift our torso off the floor. And we're going to inhale, and then we're gonna exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And again, inhale, and exhale. Again, inhale, and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, and exhale. That was called single leg stretch. Double leg stretch. Hands by your ankles. We're going to hold here. Now what I want you to think about is coming out to a V. But remember how we talked about rotating those heels together, zipping up those inner thighs? That's what we want. Reach, here's our V. So we inhale, we tuck navel into the spine, and we exhale. And again, inhale, tuck, exhale. So notice my breath. We inhale and we exhale. All right, just do the best you can with the breathing. Don't get too worried about it. It does come the more you practice Pilates. Inhale and exhale. Pause. Press that spine into the floor. Here's our last one. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to move to the straight leg stretch. So this knee does bend just a little bit. Hands behind the shins. We're going to inhale and we're going to exhale. Nice stretch through the hamstring. My torso stays lifted, but I have a little support here with my hands on my hamstring. So we inhale and we exhale. And we inhale and we exhale. Let's do a couple more. Inhale and exhale. And last one, and down. All right, let's draw our knees in your chest. Rest your neck a little bit. My heads get really heavy. So we're gonna bring it here for a second. And then our last move of this series is called the crisscross. So hands behind the head. We get to support the neck on this one. We're gonna rotate, inhale, and then exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And again, inhale, and exhale. So we think about drawing that elbow over and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, and exhale. Very good, and draw the knees in. Let's go back to that stretch, feet on the floor. Bridge pose, lifting hips up as high as you can, all the way up. Nice stretch through the spine. Feel it, and then roll down, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Good. All right, pull those knees into the chest. All right, let's do a little bit of leg work. Knowing that when we do leg work, we're still really engaging the core. So we're gonna start with our legs out at a slight angle, okay? So we like to have our ear all the way down on our bicep, not this, because think about what you're doing to your spine. So we're all the way down. This is called point flex. It's not a hard one. Rotating that top leg, we're gonna lift up point, and then we flex and we bring it down nice and slow, like it's going through thick mud, and flex. Good, and let's point up, flex down, nice stretch of the hamstring. Remember, we're still engaging navel to spine, point and flex. And let's do one more, point and flex. Now let's reverse it. Let's flex up, point and down, drawing those inner thighs together. Flex up, point and down. Couple more, flex and point. And here's your last one, flex and point. Good. All right, now we're gonna bring those legs a little bit back, more. So where our legs are out in front, body's a little bit more of a long line. And we're gonna flex and we're gonna just lift part way up and down. Just part way up and down. I want you to still think about staying connected through here, right? Always, navel to spine. If you do it enough, it becomes automatic. That's what we're all hoping for. We're just gonna lift and lower. We're not gonna go up too high. We're not gonna rotate that leg. We keep it low. Now we're gonna hold this leg and we're gonna bring this leg up to meet it. So we're gonna tap up and down, up and down. So you can start feeling it in the legs. Now we hold it here and we tap, tap and down, tap, tap and down. Double taps, up, up and down. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do one more, both legs together, up and down, lift and lower. And then we can add a little oblique crunch. So we take it here, we crunch that side and down, crunch and release. Feeling it through those obliques, crunch and down. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Now we're gonna bend that bottom leg. We're gonna flex to the front, and you can add a little kick and back. A lot of people love this in Pilates. It's just a good stretch. Kick, kick, take it behind. You're gonna feel it in your glutes. Kick, kick, and behind. Couple more, kick, kick, and behind. And now we're going to take it to a nice big bicycle. So all the way around, you're gonna feel it stretch forward, reach around, and forward and around. We got 2 more, and then we're gonna reverse the direction. And sweep around, pull in, and stretch. Sweep around and pull. Good, we got a couple more. And here's your last one, and down. All right, we have to finish with a little inner thigh. So we're just gonna cross that leg and lift here for about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Here it is, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good job. All right, let's come on up. Take your working leg, take it in front. Let's just take it to a nice stretch here. So your leg that did all the work is in front. You're gonna feel the stretch through the glutes. And then from here, we're gonna take it to just a nice inner thigh stretch. And then we prepare for the other side. So, taking it over to the side. I'm gonna move this. So taking it here, legs slightly out in front, point flex. Remember this, we're gonna rotate. This is the one the legs are gonna come out a little bit in front. We're gonna point up, flex, and slowly down. Point, flex, slowly down. Remember, we're thinking about going through thickness. So we come down super slow. Let's do one more. Now let's reverse it. So let's come up, flexed, and then point down. Flex up, point down. Good, so you're gonna feel this all in your legs. I want your legs to be tight. We got one more. You're gonna feel it in the inner thighs, the quads, the hamstrings. Now we straighten up a little bit. We come up part way. You can flex or point, and then we just lift up, staying connected right here, navel to spine. Pull in through here for 4, and 3, and 2, and hold it up. Now bottom, come up to meet and back down. Lift, lift. Good. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's add those double taps. Tap, 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 tap. Again, this is a great exercise, inner and outer thigh, and that core stays engaged. Let's do one more. Legs stay connected. Down and lift. Down and lift. 4, 3, 2. Are you ready to add that oblique crunch? Here we go. Crunch and release. Crunch and release. Good. You're going to feel it in those obliques. And of course, the legs are working. We have a couple more. Last one and down. Bend that bottom knee. Are you ready for your kick, kick? So we kick, add a little kick, go behind us. Kick, kick, and swing. Kick, kick. All right, there's that great stretch to the hamstring, working the glute, and staying connected. Remember, the core is controlling the legs. So stay conscious of that. Let's do one more. Kick, and then our bicycle. In, round, sweep through. This is actually a really natural movement. Kind of feels good through our hip and our gluteal. One more, let's reverse it. Take it back around and squeeze. You're gonna feel that in the glute as you push back. Let's do one more and in. All right, finishing off with that inner thigh for legs. Lift. Here we go. So still laying down on our side. Just let that inner thigh do a little work. How about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And pushing back up for that stretch on the other side. So crossing the working leg in front, bringing it down just as much as you feel comfortable, stretching forward, holding it, and back to those inner thighs. All right, one more area we're going to work on in our Pilates class. We're going to go to the back, which is so important to work. A lot of us are really conscious about working our abdominals, but we need to work our back as well and keep it flexible and strong. So we're going to come to all fours. We're going to start with just rounding through the spine and then flexing. So just taking your time, rounding through the spine and flexing. And let's do one more. We round. And usually this feels really good to people. And then we flex. And then we come to that neutral spine. So we have navel pulled into the spine. And we're going to have that just that slight natural curvature to our spine. And we're going to reach opposite hand, opposite leg. And we're going to tuck in, elbow to knee, and then extend back. And inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. Ready? Inhale. And exhale and hold it, and down. Other side, ready? Reach, opposite arm, opposite leg. Hold, reach, pull in, tuck through. Exhale as you extend. And in, let's do one more. Exhale and in, and then let's go ahead and sit back in that child's pose. Again, taking it to that nice stretch. All right, to finish up the spine, we're gonna come all the way down on our abdominals, okay? We're gonna just think about not having our neck here, but our eyes down. So our neck is just a continuation of our spine. We're going to lift, and we're gonna pulse, pulse, and down. We're gonna lift, pulse, pulse, and down. So your abdominals are on the floor, right? But I still want you to pull them up, contract them, 2, 3, and down. Now we're going to lift, extend those arms out, in and down. So draw your navel up off your mat, in and down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach, and release. Here's our last one. Ready? Lift, out, in, and release. And then we're going to finish off with a little swimming. Everybody loves swimming, so we're going to flutter kick those legs, draw your abdominals up, eyes are down, and then we add the arms for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep going, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. We're going to push up to a child's pose and stretch. And hips back. And then we're gonna just close this Pilates class with just a couple of stretches. So we're gonna come back up, we're gonna extend one leg out, the other knee in, bent, foot in. And we're just gonna reach out to that leg and extend. And coming up, hands gonna come to the side. We're gonna push up all the way, feeling a nice stretch all the way up through the side of the body. And then release down. And let's take it to the other side. Extend, ready, up and over and stretch. And And then we come up on our hand, ready? Push up, nice stretch, all the way. And down. Taking those legs out in front. Go ahead, just pull those toes back like we talked about, heels lifted up. You can reach forward, it doesn't really matter if you come all the way down or not. Just a nice stretch of the hamstrings. And then coming up, let's cross one leg. Actually take the opposite arm and wrap it around and rotate. Nice spinal twist. And let's balance it out by turning the other direction. That always feels good. And then let's switch. Other leg crosses over. Here we go. Rotate. And then finishing. Same elbow. And in. All right, take those legs, cross or sit however is comfortable, and just drop your ear. Nice stretch to the neck, and down. And then just let that chin drop down in front. And up, and let's just take one nice breath. Inhale, and exhale. All right, good job. Thank you so much for joining me in this Pilates class. I am Nancy Shaw with Healthy Living, and remember, it's never too late to get fit.